And let's talk about Microsoft earnings from its fourth quarter, just now crossing the wire, and the stock is already falling here. That's because intelligent cloud revenue, remember our Dan Howley really pinpointed that number, intelligent cloud, that's where the Copilot, is worked in here, that AI-enabled service, $28.52 billion, $28.72 billion is what analysts had been anticipating. Cloud revenue overall about in line with estimates, perhaps slightly short of estimates, and overall revenue of $64.73 billion was above the $64.52 billion estimate. But it seems as though, really, Josh, it appears to be that intelligent cloud. We know there is so much attention around what is AI doing for revenue? What is AI doing for the bottom line? And this seems to be the answer, at least initially, could change, that the market is taking.
Yeah, now importantly, we don't have guidance for Microsoft. We're going to get, usually you would hear Microsoft CFO Amy Hood give that on the conference call, and that can obviously have a big impact on the stock. We'll wait to hear those comments, the colored commentary, and the forecast. But yeah, you're right. I mean, investors, as they kind of think through the AI spend, on Microsoft at least, you do make a beeline for Azure. You make a beeline for Copilot. I'm just looking here from comments from CEO Satya Nadella, trying to put a kind of an optimistic spin on this, saying, listen, talks about strong performance this fiscal year. He talks about how that speaks to their innovation, the trust customers, he says, continue to place in Microsoft. But clearly, at least the initial reaction here, disappointment in the after hours.
Yeah, and in terms of their other business lines, by the way, productivity and business processes and more personal computing, both of those actually beat estimates.
Yep.
Revenue and productivity and business processes was up 11%. More personal computing rose by 14%. And intelligent cloud was up 19%. It just wasn't quite as much as what analysts had been anticipating. We're also, of course, going to dig in and, of course, get more on the call on CapEx and what
that'll
they're
be
spending.
Huge because what does CFO Amy Hood tell you about what they're spending now and what they see spending ahead? And how is that greeted? When Alphabet gave you those numbers, it was not greeted enthusiastically by investors.
No, and that is coming, by the way, the call that we keep referring to, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to get that forecast and more details on these other items.